Hello everyone, welcome to Math Archives. In this video, I am going to explain one-tailed test and two-tailed test and hypothesis testing. Based on the given problem itself, we have to decide whether the given problem follows one-tailed test or two-tailed test. Also, this test alone decide what is the acceptance region and what is the rejection region. So, it is really very important in hypothesis testing. Let me now explain one-tailed test and two-tailed test in detail.
What it means. What happens if it is one-tailed test and if it is two-tailed test? Let me explain this by taking a simple example. Let me take the two popular brands of car batteries produced by the two companies as A and B. Company A producing the car batteries with mean life mu1 using some standard process, whereas company B producing car batteries using some new techniques and gives a mean life as mu2. So here both of the companies producing the car batteries, whereas the mean life of first one is mu1 and the second one is mu2. The first company using some standard process to produce the car batteries, whereas company B uses some new techniques for producing car batteries. Suppose in my first case, if we want to test if the car batteries differ significantly, in such case my alternative hypothesis as mu1 is not equal to mu2. That means if the car batteries of the two companies differ significantly means my alternative hypothesis mu1 is not equal to mu2. Let me take the level of significance as alpha as 5%. Let me show you this by drawing a standard normal curve. It's a bell-shaped curve. This for the center. So if it is 5%, definitely the critical region falls in two tails. So alpha by 2 is 5% over 2, you get 2.5%. So this is the region alpha by 2 that falls in two tails of the normal curve. That means alpha by 2 means 0.025 in decimals. Here itself alpha by 2 is 0.025. Actually the area under the standard normal curve is exactly equal to 1. That is, it has 0.5 to the left hand side and 0.5 to the right hand side. So for the table value of Z at 5% level of significances, Z is equal to minus 1.96 and Z equal to plus 1.96. So if my calculated value falls in this region, definitely I am going to accept the null hypothesis, or otherwise I am going to reject the null hypothesis. That means this is the rejection region. This is my acceptance region. Whereas these two shaded regions are my rejection region. So if it is a two-tailed test, this is a two-tailed test. That means the critical region falls in two tails of the normal curve. Let me move on to the second case. Suppose if the mean life of the batteries produced by company A is less than that of B, in such case my alternative hypothesis mu1 is less than mu2. Here my null hypothesis, there is no change in my null hypothesis, that is mu1 is equal to mu2, whereas my alternative hypothesis here is mu1 less than mu2. Here I have to say this as a left-tailed test. This gives us a one-tailed test. That means Here itself I have to take the level of significance alpha as 5%. So if it is mu1 less than mu2 means the 5%, that is the alpha value, that is the critical region, falls in only one side of the normal curve. That means 5% falls here, that is 0.05. So my rejection region falls in only one side of the curve. So this is my rejection region. The remaining regions here are my acceptance region. Actually, the table value of Z at 5% level of significance for this falls in left side of the, that means the critical region here falls in left side tail of a normal curve. So I have to say this is a left tail test. The rejection region falls in left side of the normal curve. So I have to say this test is a left tailed test. So the value of Z is at 5% level of significance for left tail test is minus 1.645. So if my calculated value falls in this region means I have to accept, or otherwise I have to reject the null hypothesis H0. Let me move on to the next case. H0, that is mu1 is equal to mu2. Here I have to take my alternative hypothesis as, suppose if the mean life of the car batteries produced by company A is superior than that of B, then in such cases my alternative hypothesis mu1 is greater than mu2. Here itself I take the level of significance alpha as 5%. If it is like that, this falls the right tail of the normal curve. That means the rejection region falls in the right hand side. That is alpha equal to 5%. That means 0.05. So if the value of Z falls in this region means we have to accept the null hypothesis. This is my acceptance region and this is my rejection region. So here the critical region, look at here, the critical region or rejection region falls at the right hand side of the normal curve. So we call this type of test as right tailed test. And also the value of table value of Z at 5% level of significance for a right tailed test is Z equal to plus 1.645. So if the values are, if it is plus 1, 0 or if it is negative something like that, we have to accept, or otherwise we reject the null hypothesis. So based on the problem itself, we have to decide whether we have to follow one-tailed test or two-tailed test for an alternative hypothesis. So it's based on the situation of the problem. So if there is no difference means we have to take two-tailed test. If there is a difference, that is one is superior or inferior than the other means we make use of lesser or greater value. Symbols like that. So based on that we have to choose the test, maybe of left-tailed or right-tailed test. So this is how we have to choose the test, that is of one-tailed or two-tailed.